going to just start off with saying that I think this is truly the moment for justice and the young leaders who have been creating real change in the justice space to seize the moment and to be heard on these international platforms that we've notoriously not been able to be heard on in more authentic ways. And with that, I'm going to briefly hand over to Pratit, who will introduce and answer the question as to why we gathered.
Thank you so much, Alisa. May I just begin with reflecting at what a crucial time we stand at, where everything around us is changing. We're changing our definitions of normal, we're changing our definitions of impunity. And so with all these change comes a change in our definition of justice. And that is where we come to the idea that how important is it to make sure that our approach to justice changes, our approach to justice becomes from mass to people-centric justice. And that is how we go towards the idea of how important is it to involve young people in looking towards the post-pandemic world and making sure that they are central to every plan that is developed in the post-pandemic world. And one of the means at which we are looking at, through which we can have young people at the center of post-pandemic recovery and response, is the World Justice Forum, which is a very significant forum in determining where we go in the post-pandemic world with respect to the Sustainable Development Goals. And the big brainstorm about what we've been discussing for the past 1 week is actually as to how can we engage young people meaningfully in the whole parameter of World Justice Forum. And I as a young person, feel that this is what moving away from tokenism in terms of involving young people looks like. By involving young people in discourses and knowing as to how they can contribute meaningfully into any platform that concerns them. And with that, I'll pass on to Alisa, who'd highlight as to how we'd go ahead, just with a small remark, remarking how I, as a young person, felt so empowered being just involved in the whole discourse of meaningful participation for young people. Alisa, over to you.
Thank you so much. And just to speak to that, not only have we heard global reckonings for young people who have also been leading the way for more people-centered justice in a variety of ways that's been articulated, we've also seen and heard that in international spaces that we've never seen before, specifically the Secretary General of the United Nations explicitly calling for authentic involvement of young leaders in this space, as well as with the next generation fellows of the UN Foundation, many of which we're very familiar with. And this particular moment is extremely important to seize. I think, as we've heard before, while everything is possible, nothing is guaranteed, as Abdullahi said earlier. And with that, the Pathfinders, along with partners, have decided to capitalize on this very unique moment in time and announce the Young Justice Leaders. This group of individuals will be six cohort members who will be specifically tasked with ensuring that young leaders in the justice space are heard authentically at the SDG Summit of 2023, with the World Justice Forum marking that first step in the roadmap to this time. And those young justice leaders have a very specific set of goals. Of course, the manner of which will be decided by them. As we know, young leaders are the experts in this space. And what we will focus on is the delivery of people-centered justice. That's something that's been consistently underlined in these processes. We need to continue to do that. The young justice leaders will also focus on building capacity, not just of themselves, but of their networks, such as the individuals that they've come into contact with with the action group. And we will also partner with the Unlock the Future Coalition, a critical partner in this work to continue to share our relative expertise and to really build up and share the solutions that these young leaders have continued to be at the forefront of. In addition, these young leaders will directly contribute to the Justice Action Coalition, which is a group of countries that have come together to state their intention and commitment to people-centered justice. We will also facilitate and work on intergenerational dialogue with partners such as the Elders and the Justice Leadership Group. And in addition to that, really something that's upcoming very soon is a gathering, some type of briefing 101. And I want to shout out Pooja as well as Pratit, who have really been a part of this articulating this, some type of workshop briefing with the young justice leaders and individuals who are going to be at the World Justice Forum to do that capacity building and to provide that space. And in addition, we will also seek funding, and we will also seek continuing informal partnerships and discussions with these wide networks and the individuals that we continue to come in contact with. So please join us, keep an eye out. We're so excited to be working with you all. Thank you.